Have I been happy to be part of this program? I've been really happy to be part of this program. I used to have like a lot of limiting beliefs around dating. One of them being that girls didn't like it when you were like sexually forward and you'd have to build up some trust with them, which you do, but my biggest issue was that I would wait till the third or fourth date before I started escalating things. And this program has taught me that for me that it's okay to lead things forward on the first date. And I've had I've had experiences on first dates which I never thought that I'd ever be able to have, bringing girls back to my place. And there's nothing for me, it doesn't even feel, there's nothing like sleazy about it at all. Like it's all like authentic and like meaningful connections, even if it is a casual thing. Like I really enjoy the experience that I've been having on my dates. And it's like I get to have fun. I get to wake up the next morning not feeling sleazy, like I've tricked anybody. And yeah, man, like it's for me, I feel as if this is it's I felt like my anxiety has decreased a lot, because dating was always this bugbear for me. I always thought I'd never be able to figure it out, but with the guidance that Dave has given me, the courses, the community, this anxiety is slowly dissipating. What I found to be the most valuable part of this program was the modules on flirting. That's something I always struggled with. I remember before the program, I'd be on dates and I'd constantly be stuck in my own head, like, okay, how do I move things sexually forward? And because I was like always stuck in my head, I wasn't really present on the dates as well. And that's like when the end for me, like I could feel like the connection that I had built up with the girl would like just like evaporate. And the fact that I even hate to use these words, but these techniques on how to flirt have made me more present. I'm able to build a more sexual connection with these girls. Um, one thing that I'd like to add though is this could be just very unique to me. I always used to think that like it was sleazy to use technique like flirting techniques on dates, and I've done like a complete 180 on that, because you have like a basic ground, like I have a basic um what's the word, framework of like how to lead things sexually. It's actually allowed me to connect with the girls more. I'm not stuck in my head, and I can just enjoy the ebb and flow of the conversation. Before I was in the program, I had like mixed successes. It was almost like I felt that like it was like going to the casino. It was a roulette, like, okay, what is this girl gonna think about me? Will she be attracted to me? Will she find me sexually forward? And since I've joined the program, I find that's not the case at all. It's me leading things. In fact, when I go on dates and on the odd chance that there's like there's no connection, I'm kind of like shocked now. I'm not shocked, but I'm like, well, this is a change of things, like because I've been having so much like success. So before I joined the program, I found it very difficult to get a second date. Best case scenario, like I would make out with the girl, and then the next day I'd get like the dreaded text, hey, I had a really good time on the date, but like I just didn't feel like any chemistry at all. And I'd be like banging my head against the wall. I was like, what do you mean? We just made out. How is there no chemistry? But then like since I've joined the program, I've learned you know, it goes beyond kissing. There's like other things you can do to lead things, like to create like a connection with the girl. To me, that
Okay.
the kissing was like the low hanging fruit. I used to think that was the metric for success, and now I've realized it isn't. There's so much more. Like I'm when I'm on dates with girls, I now go in with the mindset like, hey, they find me attractive, I find them attractive, as long as I stick to the basic fundamentals that Dave and the course have taught me, that we're going to have a great night. So since I've joined the program, I've been going on 2 to 3 dates a week. Getting online dates has become so easy because the program and Dave have shown me like how to go about it. I'm not investing a lot of time and energy and days endlessly like meeting, like texting back and forth between girls. I usually like within like 5 texts, the date set up. And girls have even mentioned to me on the dates that like I felt like so much at ease, like just talking to you. Like obviously you get to, like they would tell me, you get to know someone while you're on the date, but because you let things and made it easy and chose the bar and location and time, I just felt at ease with you, even though I hadn't even met you yet. And they found it like very refreshing. So the way my dates have been going right now is, firstly, I'm much more at ease because I know, like, I look at it more as like a process. I know as long as I stick to the fundamentals, um that I'm doing the right things. All that's left is to see is if there's like any type of connection. And what I found is that, sorry, one thing I want to mention is that, like, I've been on dates, and usually before the program I only felt comfortable with girls that are like very flirtatious, who were openly flirtatious at first. And since I've joined this program, one thing I've noticed is that, like, because I'm much more forward with girls who are not, quote unquote flirtatious, it allows them to be flirtatious as well. And the dates end up like going really, really well. So like I'm even taking my shots with girls who I would have not taken my shots with before. I would have just got, like, in the past, I would have just got stuck inside my own head and said, oh, she's not flirtatious. This date's not going to go anywhere. But now that I've taken it upon myself to implement the course material and, hop on the calls and listen to Dave's advice and actually take it to heart. That's not the case at all. Girls want to have a good time just as much as guys do. It's just our responsibility to allow them to do it. Yes, I used to struggle with getting second dates. Now it's a complete 180. I had a date with a girl last Friday. I can't even remember what day. Let's say Saturday. And I'm actually heading back to her place sometime this week. I'm also more selective on the girls I go on second dates with as well. I went on a second date with a girl, and I just found out there was stuff about her that I didn't like, and I just ended the date early. And I've never ended a second date early, so I've gone through a position where I struggle to get second dates, and now I'm ending second dates because I'm much more selective about the girls that I want to connect with. How has this affected the connections that I've made with women? Firstly, since joining this program, I've made more connections with more women. So that's been amazing. I'm very selective now on the dates that I go to because, listen, I don't want to brag, but because everything I've learned works so well, I sometimes, like, if I'm on a date and I know that, like, I don't want to see this girl for whatever reason for the second time, I kind of just like temper it because it works really well. I mean, there have been girls who who have not been interested. They were nice, but I've not been interested in. And I've actually had to be the one that ended it because I felt from their end that they were developing strong connections towards me. And it's not even just a thought I had. They've told me this as well. And then I've had to come out and be like honest about what it is exactly I want. So the benefits that I've seen from the program is, like, for me personally, I've put a lot more emphasis on like investing in my style. I was a guy that had this attitude that, like, listen, kind of take it or leave it. This is how I dress. But what I've learned is I actually feel better when I dress better as well. I beyond It's helped me in my business connections as well. The group gives feedback on like fashion advice. I went on my first business. I'm now freelancing as a copywriter. I went on my first business meeting with like some fashion advice that the people on the course have given, and I ended up getting my first real copywriting gig that's paying real money. And I noticed when I dressed well, I felt better as well. And Funny enough, the place where I had the meeting was like 3 minutes away from my old place where I used to work as a bank, and people have come up and said, "Dude, you look like a completely different person. Like, this is nuts." So that's another benefit. And the third benefit that I felt is I'm so excited about the future right now. Dating used to be like going to the casino, and now that I find I can be so much more intentional about it, I'm not even bogged down by location. I know I can go to like any country, and as long as I apply the fundamentals, like, I'll be fine. It's nice not to have that anxiety of like, will a girl ever like me? Now it's like, okay, what type of girl do I want to invest time in and build a connection with? So the impact that I think this is going to have on my life going forward is I want to step it up a notch now. I currently live in London. I now want to move abroad and build connections all over the world. I want to live that digital nomad lifestyle. A couple more. When I started this program, I had zero copywriting clients. Since I've joined this program, I've had 3 clients, and I'm I'm sure. No, I know this is partly because of the program, because when you take your shots with dating, you also take your shots in other aspects of your life that include business. And I now have 3 clients, and if I continue on this trajectory, I'll be able to move abroad within the next year, and that's awesome. So how much time do I think I have saved by being part of this program? I have saved years of my life, possibly like an eternity, man. Like, let's just, I'm gonna be very conservative and say at least 5 years I've saved off my life. They were like like every guy, I had like a bit of an ego when it comes to dating. I thought I knew what I had like the basic fundamentals going for me, but I had some major blind spots. And it was only because of the community and Dave giving tough love in a nice way, like, highlighting these things. And all of you know it's saved. I'm not going to say 5 years. I think it saved like an eternity of like just confusion for me, honestly. Because like the reason it saves so much time is because I don't think many guys are like very intentional about their dating. They'll go on a date, it will go bad, and there's almost this. I'm going to be a bit harsh on like myself. I think I used to have like a bit of like a victim mentality. Oh, she doesn't want to go on a date with me. She's probably like a bit pretentious or whatnot, or for whatever reason she doesn't see the value that I have. And that's just complete nonsense. It's my, like, what the program has taught me is that it's my responsibility to be able to communicate like, my best self forward. I have less of a victim mentality when it comes to dating, and I'm much more introspective as a person, but not just introspective in terms of like, what can I do better? The community gives me advice, and then I implement it. So it's very actionable, advice. Yes, I would recommend this program to many people. Why would I recommend this program? It's because it's going to save this program save me a lot of time, and I'm convinced it can save a lot of people a lot of time as well. I have friends who come to me for like dating advice now, and these are like really good. These are guys that like have their shit together. If you look, if you just like would take a snapshot of their life, you would think they'd have like no issues in getting girls. But it almost like, and I was in the same position before I joined the program as well. There's just like some fundamentals that like we all do wrong, and Dave and the rest and the modules and the community and the other coaches highlight them. So yeah, I would recommend this to anybody. What I would say to anybody is, listen, if you're on the fence, just for 1 second, just have a very honest conversation with yourself and ask yourself, the am I having the romantic success I want? If not, just try it out for 12 weeks. That's it. If it doesn't work, you can leave. But I guarantee you that if you devote the time and energy, your dating and sex life will improve dramatically. When I joined this program, I was incredibly skeptical about joining it. And I think it's a natural feeling. Anybody on like online that tells you that they can like fix your dating advice, everyone, including myself, have like this natural like skepticism. People think that they're just going to teach you like sleazy tactics. This is the farthest thing from the truth in my experience with this program. If anything, it's made me be able to be more authentic. It's made me be more truthful to women. It's made me a better person as well, which in turn has made me better at dating. So it's not like sleazy tricks or techniques. It's the fundamentals that the course teaches you. for me, I find it took so much pressure off the dates that I was actually able to be myself because I wasn't worried about what's the next thing I have to say or how do I flirt with this girl. I could actually just flirt with the woman and enjoy the experience and be present. And that's amazing.